The orbital academy of Concordia floated serenely above the gas giant Typhony 7, a testament to interspecies cooperation and learning. Within its crystalline halls, students from 17 different worlds studied together, preparing for careers in diplomacy, commerce, and exploration. It was meant to be a sanctuary of peace and understanding. Anna had learned quickly that peace was a fragile thing. She sat in the common area, her human frame appearing deceptively small among the towering Crithian students and the multi-limbed Vazari. Her datapad flickered with notes on xenobiology, but her attention kept drifting to the commotion across the room. Leo, another human student and her closest friend at the academy, was pinned against the wall by Zaxthor, a Crithian whose scales shimmered an aggressive crimson. The Crithians were apex predators on their homeworld, a planet with gravity barely 60% of Earth's, where the most dangerous creature was a pack hunter no larger than a terrier. "Your species cheated their way into the Concordia," Zaxthor hissed, his translator rendering his words in perfect standard. His clawed hand pressed against Leo's chest, holding him effortlessly off the ground. "Humans have no right to walk among real warriors." Leo's face had gone pale, but he kept his composure. "Let me go, Zaxthor. This doesn't have to escalate." Anna closed her datapad with a soft click. The sound seemed to echo in the sudden silence that had fallen over the common area. Students from various species watched with the morbid curiosity common to young beings everywhere. She stood, her movements fluid and unhurried, and crossed the distance between them. At 5'6", she barely reached Zaxthor's chest plates. "Put him down," Anna said quietly. Zaxthor's head swiveled toward her, his vertical pupils contracting. A rattling sound emerged from his throat, Crithian laughter. "And what will you do, little Deathworlder? Cry at me?" The term Deathworlder was meant as an insult, a reference to Earth's classification as a Class 12 hazard world. Anna had heard it before. Most species in the Concordia came from gentler places, worlds where evolution had been kinder, where survival didn't require quite so much ferocity. "I'm going to give you one warning," Anna said, her voice still calm. "Let him go." Zaxthor's laughter intensified. Around them, other students began to murmur. A Vazari delegate's assistant reached for her communicator, likely to call security, but hesitated, curious to see how this would unfold. "One warning?" Zaxthor's tail lashed behind him. "Do you know what I am, human? I am descended from the apex predators of Crithia. My ancestors hunted in packs and brought down prey twice their size. What are you?" "A jumped-up ape from a world that he didn't get to finish." Anna moved. To the other students, it appeared as though she simply flickered. One moment she stood 3 feet away. The next her hand had locked around Zaxthor's wrist. The Crithian's expression shifted from amusement to confusion, to sudden, shocking pain. Anna's grip tightened, and the audible crack of stressed bone echoed through the common area. Zaxthor released Leo immediately, his other hand moving to strike at Anna. It was a good strike. Fast, powerful, backed by muscle that had evolved to take down prey. But Anna had evolved on Earth. She sidestepped the blow with minimal movement, simultaneously twisting Zaxthor's captured wrist. The Crithian warrior found himself spun around, his arm locked behind his back, his face pressed against the very wall where he'd pinned Leo moments before. "I warned you," Anna said softly, her voice close to his ear. "Did you know that humans evolved alongside ambush predators that could crush skulls with their jaws? That we survived ice ages and droughts, plagues and predators that hunted us as prey?" She applied pressure, and Zaxthor gasped. "We learned to run marathons because we chased our food until it died of exhaustion. We learned to throw projectiles with enough force to kill at a distance. We learned to work together because the alternative was extinction." Her voice remained calm, almost conversational. "And our world? Our beautiful, terrible world had 1.3 times the gravity you're used to. Every moment of every day we carried extra weight just to exist." Zaxthor struggled, his superior strength meaning nothing against leverage and technique refined over millions of years of survival. His scales began shifting from crimson to a pale yellow, a Crithian fear response. "I gave you a warning because that's what civilized people do," Anna continued. "But let me be clear. If you touch my friend again, if you touch any human again, you won't get another one." She released him suddenly, stepping back. Zaxthor stumbled, cradling his wrist, his eyes wide with something humans recognized instinctively. the look of prey realizing it had picked the wrong target. The common area had gone utterly silent. Humans don't belong here, Zaxthor managed, his voice lacking its earlier conviction. You're wrong, Leo said, having recovered his composure. He straightened his uniform, his voice steady. Humans belong exactly here, because unlike you, we've learned that true strength isn't about domination. It's about protection. It's about standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. Anna nodded to Leo, and they turned to leave together. The crowd of students parted like water, species from a dozen worlds suddenly seeing the humans in a new light. As they reached the exit, Anna glanced back. Zaxthor still stood against the wall, his scales slowly returning to their normal blue hue. He looked smaller somehow, diminished. You didn't have to do that, Leo said once they were in the corridor. Yes, I did, Anna replied. Not for him, for every other student who was watching, wondering if they'd be next. Sometimes peace requires the threat of something less peaceful. Leo smiled. Very philosophical for someone who just put a Crithian warrior through a wall. I didn't put him through it. I put him against it. There's a difference. Anna's expression softened. Besides, I did warn him. Behind them, in the common area, the story was already spreading through the Academy's social networks, growing with each retelling. The Deathworld girl who had given a warning, the bully who had laughed, and how quickly confidence could vanish like smoke when faced with something that evolution had refined into a perfectly efficient survivor. From that day forward, humans walked the halls of Concordia Academy without harassment. And whenever new students arrived, they heard the story of Anna and learned a valuable lesson. The quietest voices sometimes belonged to the deadliest survivors.